Welcome back to Daytime. Now we're going to be talking about how to stay fit at any age, and who better than an 83-year-old guest. Please help me welcome Earl Fee. Thank you so much for being here today.
I'm very happy to be here.
Now,
Thank you.
You are a world record breaker. Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, I've been doing the running with the masters for 25 years, and in the past, in those years, I've broken over 50 world records in running and hurdling.
Amazing.
Mainly the 300 meter hurdles, and the 400, the 800, the 1500, and the mile.
Amazing. Congratulations to you. So what is the secret to staying fit?
Well, the main thing is exercise, and I think intense exercise is the best, because the long, slow exercise is not as anti-aging. So I do a lot of intense intervals. You know,
okay.
Fast, short.
Now, does
repeats.
everyone need to, let's say, you know, an amateur runner or someone who's pretty sedentary, would you recommend that type of exercise? Probably not, right?
No, that's a little bit maybe too severe. But like, for most people, the brisk walking is very good, you know, especially if you can get maybe some hills in there. Or
absolutely.
some power walking.
So really just exercise and move around for the cardiovascular, the circulation?
It's very important. The experts recommend 170 minutes per week of total exercise. Like that's like strength training a couple of times a week, and like maybe walking 3 to 5 times a week.
Amazing.
And also stretching.
That's important. Why is that important? Just to keep the muscles loose?
Well, every year you lose, the body deteriorates, and you lose the 3 or 4%, you know, strength, cardio, and flexibility. So it's important to work on those things.
Right.
Otherwise, you lose them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't use them, you lose them. Absolutely. Now let's talk about diet for a second. How do you eat, and do you recommend the way that you eat to everybody?
Yeah. Well, number one, I would recommend lots of vegetables, because that's where most of the vitamins and minerals are, and also fruit, and also fish 3 to 4 times a week.
Right.
For the omega-3s. They're very heart healthy.
Now, what about the mercury that's always associated with the fish?
Yeah, well, it's best to avoid those larger fish.
Okay.
But the salmon is very good, particularly if you can get the real salmon. Like the farm salmon is not quite as good. But
so are you talking about a low glycemic index?
yeah, that's it. That's the best diet. That's equivalent to a heart-healthy diet or a diabetic diet, or Dr. Wheel's anti-inflammation diet.
Okay.
It's very healthy. Also good for losing weight.
Oh, every woman would love that, or most women and men would be interested in something like that.
But you have to avoid these high glycemic foods like starches and sugars.
Okay. Now you've written a couple of books.
Yes, I've.
Let's take a look at one.
I've written. This was published last year. This would be good for anybody to keep young and.
And it's 100 Years Young, the Natural Way. So what do you talk about in this book?
Well, I talk about natural methods, you know, like everything, doing it the natural way, and also lots of exercise, you know, a good diet. There's 25 main steps to longevity at the first chapter, and there's 37 chapters. It's in 3 parts. Body, mind, and spirit, because all 3 are very important.
Right. Oh, right. So that's a good point. So if you're eating well and exercising, but if you're mentally not happy or stressed, that could sort of negate everything you just did.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Like,
okay,
it's very important to exercise the mind. A lot of people don't know about exercising the mind.
And look at you exercising the physical body. Amazing. How old were you here?
I was 81. That's a world record in Puerto Rico, in the hurdles.
You're flying, yes.
So, like, it pays to keep moving. That's the most important thing.
You won this?
Yeah, I broke a world record there.
Amazing. How fast did you do that in?
It was 34.9 seconds.
And it looks like you were competing against some younger people.
Yeah, well, normally we run in different age groups. I was with the age group 80 to 84.
Okay. And how long was the distance?
That's a 200 meters. It used to be 300, but as you get older, they make it shorter.
That's amazing.
But people don't like the hurdles. They think they might get hurt. But
Amazing.
if you practice enough, you can get proficient at it.
Right. Do you still train?
Yes, I'm doing intense exercise, like intervals 3 times a week on the track. In between, I do cross training, like running, swimming, rowing, running in the water, power walking.
Have you always been this fit?
Well, I didn't run for about 35 years after university, but I managed to keep fit. I believed in some exercise every day. So when I started back, I was able to break a world record after 1 year, because I'd maintained my fitness.
Amazing.
I did a lot of skiing and tennis.
Right. So what would be, I guess, for other viewers watching, they don't necessarily need to be 80, but even, people that want to achieve the eternal youth. What are some of the tips that you can provide us?
Well, exercise is the #1 thing. You have to really do something every day, and also people are neglecting the strength training. Like, you lose strength every year, and also you lose flexibility. So you have to work on the 3 things: the cardio, the strength, and the flexibility. And normally they recommend 170 minutes a week total activity.
Right.
And if the walking, it has to be brisk,
Okay. So not just a stroll here or
And
there.
then a good diet, there's things you have to avoid, like the fast foods, processed foods.
Okay. How about sugar?
Yeah, sugar. You minimize the red meat, and the white products are
Right.
not good.
White flour,
Yeah.
starches and stuff like that.
Bread,
What about
pasta.
vitamins and minerals? Do you recommend any of those?
Well, omega-3 is the best, like fish oil if you're not getting your normal fish. And a multivitamin.
Right.
I take 13 altogether of different.
Perfect. Well, before we actually, what's up next for you after this?
Well, next year there's a world championship in Brazil. I'll be at the top of the age group, but I think I can still do
Great.
something.
Well, good luck with your future endeavors, and thank you so much for being my hero and helping us stay fit at any age. We have lots more coming up after this short break, so don't go anywhere.